Eat while it's hot and drink tea piping hot. It is a deeply ingrained obsession for the older generation. Yet, this very healthy habit is responsible for half of the world's esophageal cancer cases. In terms of both incidence and mortality, China leads the world in esophageal cancer cases. Yet in Japan and South Korea, where rice and tea are also staples, the esophageal cancer rate is just a fraction of ours. So why is everyone so obsessed with eating while it's hot? Today let's get to the bottom of this eat hot obsession, shall we? A while back, a 76-year-old man in Wuhan, who neither smoked nor drank and was in good health, was diagnosed with advanced esophageal cancer. The doctor asked about his usual eating habits. He said his hometown is in Jiangsu, where they have a tradition of eating hot rice. It's a traditional way of eating in the Jiangsu region. Cooking boiling hot soup with rice, it's very flavorful, and eaten piping hot by slurping it down. But this very habit subjected his esophageal mucosa to decades of high-temperature scorching, gradually leading to cancer. Similarly, last year at a cancer hospital in Jiangsu, Henan, all 11 patients seen in one morning were diagnosed with late-stage esophageal cancer, and many of these patients had a long-term habit of eating while the food was hot. I don't mean to be harsh, but when will you realize that your internal tissues are just like raw meat? Some people's mouths might be used to piping hot soups and food, but their esophagus is silently suffering the consequences. Our skin is rich in pain receptors. We pull back the moment it gets burned, but the esophagus is different. Its pain nerves are very insensitive. The lining of the esophagus can only tolerate temperatures of only 40 to 50 degrees Celsius, while food or drinks above 65 degrees Celsius is enough to cause burns to the mucosa. Oftentimes you may feel it's a bit hot, but still bearable. But it has actually already exceeded the safety threshold. Among the cancers with the highest incidence rates in China, the 5-year survival rate of esophageal cancer is only higher than that of liver, lung, and pancreatic cancers. This isn't just because it's hard to treat, but because by the time you feel noticeable discomfort, such as difficulty swallowing or chest pain, the damage has often already reached the middle to late stages. Who long ago classified hot drinks above 65 degrees C as group 2A carcinogens? It's not that the hot soup or tea itself is toxic, it's the high temperature. This physical stimulation repeatedly damages the esophageal mucosa, trapping it in a cycle of burns, repair, re-burning, and further repair. During this process, as cells constantly divide to repair the damage, the risk of DNA errors increases significantly, potentially leading to cell carcinogenesis. 11 years ago, Sichuan University analyzed the relationship between 10 types of unhealthy dietary habits and the risk of developing esophageal cancer. The results showed that those who habitually consume very hot food are 19 times more likely to develop esophageal cancer than others. Furthermore, sensation of a foreign body when swallowing, or a faint tightness in the chest, these are easily dismissed as pharyngitis, or simply eating too fast. By the time swallowing becomes truly difficult, the cancer is often already at an advanced stage. It is challenging to treat with a 5-year survival rate of less than 30. So why are we Chinese so fond of eating food while it's scalding hot? The answer lies in our culture and lifestyle. Since ancient times, eating while it's hot has been more than just a dietary habit. It is a profound expression of care. On a cold winter day, serving a bowl of hot soup with family and friends. A pot of hot tea symbolizes warmth and care, especially in the north where the climate is cold. We instinctively seek hot food to fend off the chill. In the regions along the Yellow River Basin, spicy soup in Shaanxi and Henan, or congee in Hebei and Shandong, and soy milk are breakfast staples with temperatures often exceeding 60 degrees C. Even today, when visiting the sick, regardless of their condition, we never fail to say, drink plenty of hot water as a gesture of care. The regions in China with a high incidence of esophageal cancer are highly concentrated, with Jiangsu ranking first, followed by Sichuan and Yunnan. These regions share a common trait, a preference for piping hot food, combined with a diet heavy in high salt, pickled foods. Lincao, for instance, A past lack of fresh vegetables led to a reliance on pickled greens. Niches in pickled food, coupled with thermal stimulation, deal a double blow, sending esophageal cancer rates soaring to 120 cases per 100 people. In some villages, nearly every household was affected. Furthermore, today's fast-paced lifestyle forces us to eat in a rush. Rushing to work, we bolt our food buns fresh from the steamer, and dumplings are swallowed after just 2 quick breaths, leaving no time for them to cool. With the popularity of hot pot barbecue and casserole congee, intense heat has become part of the culinary experience, but the truth is our esophagus cannot withstand such warmth. Exactly how hot is too hot? And how can we eat safely? Simplest rule: if it's too hot for your lips, it's too hot to swallow. The ideal temperature for consumption is 40-50 degrees C, which is close to or slightly above body temperature. At this temperature, the food retains its aroma and the flavor is at its best. Crucially, it places zero burden on the esophagus. For piping hot porridge or soup, even tea, don't rush. Let them sit for 3 to 5 minutes and give them a stir to help them cool down faster. When eating hot pot, once you've taken the meat out, don't eat it immediately. Let it sit on your plate for a bit. The esophagus is most vulnerable to long-term, repeated thermal stimulation. This doesn't mean you have to give up hot soup, tea, or hot pot forever. But next time someone urges you to eat it while it's hot, just wait a moment. After all, food can always be reheated. But an esophagus scarred by repeated burns can never truly recover.